released September of 2024. Available on all modern platforms. Retailing for $49.99. As the overly long title would suggest, this is a collection of arcade games. A grand total of 7 games, 6 of which are fighting games, 1 of which is a beat-em-up. The games included are The Punisher, the sole beat-em-up in the collection, X-Men, Children of the Atom, Marvel Superheroes, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom Clash of Superheroes, and finally, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 New Age of Heroes. And the 6 fighting games on offer here are actually an interesting collection, as they do an excellent job of showing the evolution of fighting games in the arcade, with X-Men Children of the Atom being very much Street Fighter 2, but with X-Men. And I don't say that as an insult. Many fighting games of the time were doing that exact same thing, being Street Fighter 2, but with the next game, Marvel Superheroes, being still like Street Fighter 2 to an extent, but a bit more experimental with the Infinity Stones as a gimmick. And it keeps going on like that till finally you're at Marvel vs. Capcom 2, with a truly massive roster of characters, and all manner of extra bells and whistles, representing a different era of fighting games than the others offered in this collection. It's also interesting to see how characters changed over time from game to game. The Wolverine you can play as in X-Men Children of the Atom is just a little different from the Wolverine you play in Marvel Superheroes, and so forth and so on. He's not necessarily a radical departure by the time you're at Marvel vs. Capcom 2, but there is enough of a change that is noticeable to even a casual player. And of course, in addition to your fighting games, you still have the Punisher beat-em-up here, which is a very competent beat-em-up, but it just seems like an odd inclusion since everything else here is a fighting game. But we all know it's only here because it is another Marvel license. In addition to the games, there is of course the galleries of artwork and music libraries. Every collection includes stuff like this, and I honestly don't know why. I know it's extra content, and I guess it's nice to have, but how interested is the average player in any of it? I personally only go into these galleries and whatnot when I'm making a review because I want to confirm that they're there. But honestly, if they weren't here, I wouldn't hold it against the collection. And of course, all of the games on offer here can be played in their Japanese or Western released forms. And yes, sometimes there are minor differences between the two, and it is nice to have both versions on offer if you're so inclined to really dig deep into them. So is Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics worth your time and money? Well, honestly, on digital storefronts it's $50, and I think it's a bit much for this collection. So if you're going to go the digital route, I do recommend highly that you wait for a sale, as this is a great collection of games, and a lot of fun can be had with it. Now on the other hand, if physical games are an option for you, it's not hard to find this collection brand new for $20, or even a little less. And at $20, this collection is an absolute steal, as I personally easily spent more than $20 worth of quarters on each of the games on offer in here, back in the day when arcade machines were still a fairly common sight at places. These days, it's sadly rare to see an arcade machine of any description anywhere, but I digress. So yes, I absolutely do recommend this collection, but no, I don't recommend you spend $50 on it. With only 7 games on offer, this is the kind of collection you should be spending $30 or less on. Please do subscribe, comment, like, and tell your friends.